Hey everybody, Kim K here with you on ONTrack Weekly on GeForce TV. It's another chilly Monday night here, but we're excited because all the banquets are now done, I believe. I think we've got everything squared away from 2025, so we're looking forward to 2026 and got a jam-packed show to you. I do want to start off with a bit of a guest note. Unfortunately, Jake Watson under the weather today, so he's actually not going to be able to make the show tonight. So we'll do a double segment with Dave Gainforth and talk to him about a lot of the changes. I see in the comments somebody asking if there's an announcement with Gainforth coming on. As far as I know, there isn't. But we've gone through all the uh, upper officials for Oscar to the last 4 weeks. So that's we're ending it with Dave coming on the show. He'll be on at 9 o'clock. So Haley Hill actually will move up into Jake Watson's slot um, uh, for 8:50. But we'll start off with a guy who made some big announcements, and he'll make his return to the Ontario Sportsman Series in 2026 once again. Coming in as the defending and now three-time OSS champion, and officially he is now the winningest driver in series history, 19 years. And Connor James joins us now. Connor, congratulations, buddy, on a amazing season. Statistically, the best season in the history of the 19 years of the Ontario Sportsman Series. Gotta feel amazing doing it all in your dad's number and a replica of your dad's ride.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool, man, and I didn't even know any of those stats until you'd sent me. So, no, I mean that even makes it a lot cooler. But yeah, it just I it was really a picture perfect season, and I don't know if I could ever recreate that. I sure as hell love to, but it was just and everything goes to Corey and the whole two speed team. It was really an outstanding year, and to do it, in Dad's honor, really, and all last year was for him, really, in my eyes. But yeah, hopefully, coming back next year, we can do it again.
You have a little bit of a different deal this year because this year you're not on the track alone for Two Speed Motorsports. You're actually gonna have two different teammates, Jade Franklin and Austin Seaburn. Now, again, two different types of teammates because Jade Franklin, similar to you, kind of has had a similar career. He's done APC, he's done the Legend cars, been very successful in those. And then you have Austin Seaburn, who's coming in at what 13 years old, who has been very successful as well. But you are kind of the elder statesman, even though you're still young. But you've
Yeah,
got the most experience out of these guys. You've been in this series since I believe 2017.
yeah.
And again, you're on pace right now to potentially win the most championships. If you were to win the championship this year, that would also set a record for consecutive titles. I mean, Sean was right on there as well. So Sean's done three in a row. You can do that as well, which would put
Yeah.
you on pace with him. But you're gonna have those two racers coming in and being teammates. So I assume, has Corey talked to you at all, kind of what your role is as the quote veteran of OSS for the team?
Not really, Cam, to be honest. It was, you know, the role for me last year was obviously being the driver, and I'm forever grateful for that. But at the same time, we knew when Austin was coming on board that when he went and got some seat time, me, Dan, and Scotty and Corey were all at the racetrack with him, and I was just, we were out there setting up pylons and everything. So doing a bit of driver coaching, which really deep down I love doing it. That was a lot of fun for me, and to see him, just constantly pick up time throughout the day. Um, as for Jade, it's he's going to be a good driver. He already is, but he is going to be one hell of a wheelman, and so I think I'm sure he's going to pick up ideas from me, and I'm sure I'm going to lean on him a little bit. And I think the pair of us, it's kind of an unspoken thing, but just thinking about how Jade and I both feel and think, we're all for helping Austin out too, because quite frankly, Austin is going to be a top runner by the end of the season, if not before. He showed a lot of potential at Sunset, and the kid's just confident. The kid knows his racecraft. He's very good, but yeah, no really job title talks yet. Just really excited to get back in a race car and have Jade and Austin both teaming up with us because I think it's gonna be a pretty dominant team, and I'm very excited.
It's definitely proven that it's a dominant team. Essentially, you guys went undefeated for most of the season last year until literally a fraction of an inch, which was the last lap. Did we find out what actually happened on the last lap at Peterborough? What was it that went wrong?
Yeah, no, we found out Monday. So we had thought because I ran into something similar in 2023. I was leading at
Yes, you
Peterborough,
did.
and
Yeah,
the car that ended up being we burnt the coal out in the ignition. So it was just a freak thing. But this year, we got to the shop, the ignition was running fine and everything. And Dan Lawler actually, we just tried to weigh out our options. He pulled the fuel pump off, and we actually broke the spring mechanism in the fuel pump. So going down the backstretch, when I was on the chip, I kind of felt it starting to lay down. And then as soon as I went to pick up the gas, there was just nothing there. And it, crap happens. It's just a wrong place, wrong time, and Brendan was right there. I didn't let him. I didn't get away from him. I didn't do my job, but at the same time, he did his job and stayed close to me. So, yeah,
it
just
worked out.
yeah. Dave said in all his years he never seen anything like that, and really it was a freak deal. So, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, and frankly, you still could have won it sideways. It literally
Yeah,
came down to that last lap. And frankly, you kind of lucked out that you guys ended up doing a double 50 that night, because if it was and the car did have a problem at lap 50, the first 50, you wouldn't have been able to take the win. So it just so happened it was 99 of the
yeah,
100 laps that you guys did that night. But obviously, this is something that you are the perfect person to have on the show to talk about OSS, as Brendan is when he's coming up next. Your runner up from last year, and he gave you everything that they could give. And you've been in this series when the Patrick Brothers team was not a front runner. They were going multiple laps down. They've done this process in the last 5 years. They've gone from going laps down to being title contenders, winning races. It's entirely possible to do that in this series. You've raced for Kevin Trevelyan. He's gone from being laps down to winning races to winning a championship. It can be it can be done. So for yourself, 2017 first year coming into this series, it's very different from what it is now. However, there seems to be a lot of faces that are starting to show up compared to where you were back then. How do you feel the series is situated for the future right now?
Oh, that's a tough question.
It's a loaded question, but I
Yeah.
think I want people to temper their expectations as well, because just
Mhm.
because a lot of people come in doesn't always mean that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be very overwhelming to a series to have so much new at
Yeah.
the same time. You've seen it though. You've seen it pre-COVID and post-COVID. So I'm very curious to know your thoughts.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like you said, I've seen it pre-COVID and I've seen it post-COVID. The pre-COVID deal, I know we had when my first season in 2017 at Flamborough, I think we had almost 20 cars take the green in Flamborough. In
Hmm.
Flamborough track that for the past couple years, we've kind of struggled with car count, and the same as Peterborough. There was in the high teens at Peterborough. That was back when Brant Graham was kicking our butts at Peterborough. But I think the series is on a bit of a trajectory right now. And the simple thing is, and I've said it time and time again, is the cost effectiveness of the series. It's 100 lap races. 8-inch tire, big motor, like I've said before. You get to travel, which not a lot of series do. You only got a handful of them, but I do think the trajectory of the series is good. We just need to button some things down and stick with it. Just lock in that rule book for 5 years and don't look back at it, right? And make it fair for everybody. I think they've done a good job with it, which is I like the series. That's why I'm coming back. But no, I think it's every series. A good friend of mine, Stu Robinson Jr., has told me he was a super late model champion back in the day. It's the series have their ups and their downs, and they slightly go back up. And I think that we've had our up, we've had our down, and now we're starting to go back up. So, fingers crossed, we average mid to high teens cars this year everywhere we go. I think that'd be awesome. But I seriously think we can do that, and we'll see what happens.
Obviously, he is the man making the most history in this series of the last couple of seasons. Obviously, McAllister's team comes in, Two Speed Motorsports, and is immediately successful. But they blew a motor in their first race at Delaware. And you battled with him for the championship that entire year, and now you've won back-to-back titles with him, and you're going for a third, going for your fourth, which again, if you win three in a row and if you win your fourth, that would tie you with Sean McGlynn in those categories as well. Um, I always forget how old you are. It's
28. I'll
20.
be 29 next month. Yeah.
All right, so he's not even 30 yet, folks, and he's potentially in that line. You're racing against the best that's been in the series over the 19 years of it. The McGlynn brothers have been there since the very beginning. Sean obviously was the staple in this series for a long time. Corey McAllister, Two Speed Motorsports, and Connor James now seem to be on their path. I know we could talk for hours because that's what we do. I mean, that's just
Yep.
race and talk. But do we know yet what the look is going to be? Because you did post a little bit of a teaser with the announcement. Is that the look that you're going with for this year?
Yeah, most definitely can. We're gonna do another throwback of Dad's cards. It's kind of similar. We did the silver and red last year,
Yeah.
which was probably my personal favorite card Dad ever ran. But
Yep.
this year, Dad's I think it was his second year in late model. He did a red and white. It's kind of an old Casey Kane throwback scheme. So
Hell
I
yeah.
did first limited late model that I had, and I just was him and Han, and I texted Corey a photo of it, and I got a photo of me standing in Victory Lane with Dad. I was a kid, and Dad was in Peterborough Victory Lane. So, yeah, that is the one we're gonna go with, and I think it's gonna look pretty badass this year. I can't wait to see what Craig and all the guys come up with at the shop at Image Wraps.
Absolutely. You can find Connor James at Motorama Night of Champions. Be there celebrating his championship for 2025. Hopefully, we'll do it again. We're going to talk to Brendan Patrick and see if what he's got in store. But I know he's given you a good couple of battles these last couple of years. So hopefully, we'll see him around. But Connor, thank you so much, buddy. Get back to enjoying New Smyrna. I can see it in the background. So
Yeah,
hopefully Kyle can do a great job tonight and take home a win.
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Good talking to you as always.
That's Connor James competing in the Ontario Sportsman Series and coming back as once again your 2025 champion. And so we really appreciate Connor coming in and being a part of it. And I got two names on here on this list, so I'm going to try Brendan. There's also a Patrick PC one, so we'll see if I am able to get this one to work. It looks like this is the one, and it's Brendan Patrick. He's recovered. He was under the weather a couple weeks ago, and it works out, Brendan, because Jake Watson, my guest today, is also under the weather. So it's nice to have you on the show, bud. Coming off of your best season, honestly. I mean, maybe not every statistic, but second place, runner up in the point standings for this season. It's got to feel great for you and the entire team.
Yeah, it was a great year for us. We had a couple of challenges with wrecks and stuff like that, but we all worked really hard and we put on a good battle. But not much of a battle for the championship, but we put in our best effort.
Well, we were talking with Connor, and you were able to sneak one victory in again at Peterborough. It happened by like an absolute. I don't even know what the exact total was, but probably one of the closest finishes in history for the OSS. So you were able to get at least one victory. Do we know what's going to happen for you guys this year? Are you still be doing some OSS stuff, or are you switching some plans up?
We're definitely going to run the Delaware races with the OSS car, and then
Awesome.
we'll see. We'll go from there, and then we are going to try to run. We're going to run full time super stock at Delaware this year.
Excellent. So, this is obviously a huge thing for you. Superstocks is not OSS. So, where's Superstock from?
We ended up buying it from Gallant, and So we're kind of doing our own ideas on it and trying to build it up ourselves. So we'll see if all of our ideas work, and then we'll go from there.
That's really, I mean, this is huge for you, but you guys have been working really hard. We were talking about this a little bit before. You know, when I first came into the series in 21, it was a little bit different for you guys. You're kind of run towards the back, and you had your first top five finish at Sunset that year. You had an amazing show, and then things just kind of turned around for the entire team. Like you guys got that old Josh Wood car, and man, she took you guys to the front immediately. But battling almost every time at Delaware for wins. Is that why you're gonna stick to the super stocks and try and go for a championship?
Well, it's more to do with the distance from the track to my house, so it's makes it a little easier on travel when you only got to go 2 minutes to get to the track, and that's save a little bit of money on that, and we'll have fun at Delaware.
Well, it's definitely one of those things. Like I think the schedule is a much more attractive thing for you guys. Obviously, Delaware, being so close, great competition in that super stock division as well. I mean, Mason Culver is going to be out there joining that division this year. A couple other new names probably going to be coming in and kicking around. And we saw, Michael Herniak Jr. get into that division from OSS as well. And what are you planning to do for this first year? I mean, is Caden going to continue with the V8 stocks as well? So both you guys racing each week?
He's kind of undecided as of right now, but he also wants to run the OSS races at Delaware as well. He likes running the 100 lappers there, and yeah, he's going to decide what he wants to do going forward and whether what next steps are for his career.
Well, it's obviously you guys both came in at the same around the same time. Like obviously you kind of came in a couple of years before him, but you both got the opportunity. And are we gonna see your old man get behind the wheel anymore? As he officially said he's done.
Uh, I don't know if he's officially done, but he's kind of taken the role of crew chief and helping us, and it's been a good help for sure. And having that experience behind him to help us with our driving, and it helps all around, makes us better.
Well, and that's definitely what you guys have. You have a family operation. You guys have been Delaware local, all really Delaware businesses that are right on the race car. I'm hoping you're gonna stick with the O2 for the super stock.
Yep, yep, that'll
Yeah,
be the number. Yep.
yeah. So that's what we're talking about. But for this season, like we said, you're gonna do full time. What are you hoping to achieve? Because it's a big jump to go from OSS to Superstock, and we've seen it can be difficult. So I know everybody wants to win, field top tens, but what for you guys, for this being the first year in Superstocks for your program, what would be a successful season for you?
Well, I think our goals are to steadily improve throughout the year. And I think that's going to be our main goal is to just keep moving forward in speed, and we'll hopefully by the end of the year be running up front.
It is going to be a very fun thing to watch, and you know what? I encourage people to follow along with you guys. Patrick Brothers Racing on social media. Brendan, obviously, it's been great to see you guys continue your move up through the ranks and to get better and better every week. I mean, last year it felt like I can't remember. I don't have the stats in front of me. I think it was like 7 second place finishers or something last year. It was absolutely insane for you. You've been the most consistent. Just that damn 33 car was always in the lead. But do you feel successful at the end of the year after finishing second, or was it a little bittersweet to not be closer to number one?
I was happy that we ended up getting a win out of the deal, and it I was happy with our success this year. We put everything together. Everybody worked hard. We all our family, friends, and all our sponsors put in a lot of effort to help us get to the track because it's definitely not cheap to get around the province. Well, all around province to get it to every race. So yeah,
Yep.
without them, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
I know we talked a couple of times, and you had told us you're driving all the way down to Peterborough in one night and then finish the race and then drive all the way back home, and it was on like 4 to 6 hours long, and you guys definitely you're a racing family through and through, and I love seeing that you guys are going to go and race at home this year and still be a part of OSS too, because that's definitely where you guys belong. And a big congratulations to your dad. You picked up a achievement in racing trophy from the OSS, which is well deserved. You don't last 40 years in motorsports, 40 plus now in
Yeah.
motorsports, and not get recognized, and it was definitely deserved. But Brendan, best of luck this year. I hope to see you out at Delaware, and don't forget about OSS though. Flamborough is just down the road, right? So you can just go show up
Yeah.
when they're racing one week and see how you guys do. But I appreciate you coming on the show and chatting with me tonight.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. Have a
That's
good one.
Brendan Patrick from now Delaware Speedway. He's going to be running the Superstocks on a weekly basis, which is great, and excited to see how he does. It is uh, always an interest of mine to have guys that we don't typically hear from. They're Brendan he's a quiet fella in the OSS. He doesn't say much, but he showed a lot on the track this year, a ton on the track, and they really, I really think that people underestimate that whole program. And no word of a lie, um, they were really a team they were going laps down in the OSS back in 21, and they've changed their entire program. And he was right there this year, a very successful season. Steve, I just saw your message now, so I apologize. Um, but I appreciate your volunteering to come on, and um, it we're gonna travel over to Flamborough Speedway and chat with someone who I really love chatting with, because she's always fun, and she's coming off of a really good season and getting a couple of awards at the banquet that she's getting to brag about. And it's Haley Hill making some big news after the banquet as well, that she's teaming up with Cam, and they're going to join Leo LaBarbera this year and take it to the rest of the Flamborough field. So Haley, how does it feel? And congratulations on a great season.
Thank you. It feels really good. There's definitely like Flamborough has so many good drivers. Like our field is unbeatable when it comes to pure stocks around Ontario. And to be able to leave the banquet with not one, but two different awards definitely made me feel really well, really good.
Yep.
And as for, yeah, we thought that our news should be dropped. It was a really appropriate time to drop it. It was in the works for a little bit, and it actually started off as a joke. Leo and I, Leo and I were joking one night just about how maybe if we became teammates, we would stop running into each other so much. So our plan is that maybe we can save some money, because like we'll feel bad, banging and beating on each other now. And if we do, well, we're a team, so we have to share the parts to fix it.
It's a brilliant
Right.
strategy,
Like
Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
saving money. Yeah. So Cameron actually is very, very part-time this year. Rodney is going to be running one of Leo's cars. He says part-time for now, but we'll see how that goes. He has a little bit of a fire under his butt after Frosttoberfest last year. So we'll see how that goes. But Leo and I are going to go full gun ho for another full season, just to see, how much better we can do than 2025, because 2025 all in all was a good year. Obviously lots of up and downs, but we're hoping for more ups, less downs.
Yeah, and honestly, for yourself, I know you picked up the most improved, which has got to feel amazing. 2 feature wins on the year, but again, like you said, you had those highs and you had those lows. You don't want to go through more cars than you do race victories, right? And that's part of the nature of it. But one of the things that I really do love is that this division is so close. And yeah, there are ups and downs, as we talked about. It's funny that you join Leo's team and he talks about that you guys run into each other. He and Tegan ran into each other quite a lot last year too. And you know what? I want to talk a little bit more about Leo, because I think he's somebody that maybe not enough people pay attention to.
He does not
As
get the
sad as it
recognition
is.
he needs in this sport. That guy would give you the shirt off of his back.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, not just you, but I know Ashley McMartin at Lakeside Mobile Tire absolutely loves him being a ambassador for her Robert Bourne Memorial, and just with us with the stickers and scuffs, having a guy who doesn't take it to the serious level where it gets to him. He's having fun. Um, I legitimately thought when he and Tegan spun that he was upset, and no, he was laughing his ass off. And you're going into that type of environment, and you're going into somebody who's just all about having the fun. I would assume that that's probably the best part about it, is that you're going to be a teammate with a guy he's not just there as a teammate, but encouraging as well, because I think he did a great job with Tegan last year.
Yeah, he did. He is honestly, he's the one guy that'll walk through the pits, from one end to the other and just giving every single person, words of encouragement. And even if he just got off the track in a not great position, right? So I'm really, really excited to get into exactly what you said, that atmosphere that is just so positive, to take onto the track and see what kind of differences that mentality will bring.
Yeah, and it's going to be a different season, I assume. Like right now, we don't have a ton of ideas as to the field. It's just going to be your regulars that we've seen, but like I believe we're going to see like Spencer's, Burdell's probably going to be like part-time. He's not going to be, like you said, Cam's very part-time as well. So the field's going to change a little bit as well. So it's something that we're going to have to pay attention to, obviously, and recognize that, when Leo says that we are too kind, we're speaking the truth.
We are.
We are just speaking the truth, Leo. And that's obviously, this is a place that you've turned and called home. However, I'm going to bring up something else, because we didn't get to talk about him last time, and I kind of, because we both have a vested interest this year. So how is it seeing Hunter out there racing? We don't get a chance to talk about dirt racing too much on this show because I'm more of an asphalt guy, but this year, obviously, I'm paying close attention. So how is Hunter looking forward to his return to the Big O this year?
He is obviously looking forward to it. There
Yeah.
is some talks of maybe throwing him into a bone stock a couple times. We'll see. Maybe practice. We'll see if he wants to go racing. But honestly, that kid, like, he just blew me out of the water last year. He definitely, we actually have a joke in my house because his little brother also races now too. And Hunter definitely is more like his uncle. He just went for it, and like went for the gusto, like started winning off the hop. Like he just was so good. And then Easton's more like his mother. He was a little more cautious, wrecked a little more things. But it was so exciting to see that something, my dad started so long ago has now, brought a smile to my face, watching my kids do it, watching Hunter succeed, so effortlessly. And then, I will say though, as a mom, I did watch his first flip this year, and he completely destroyed his cart. And on a, oh my God level, I was also like super calm at the same time. I'm like, okay, he's good. Everything's good. He was just like, Mom, that was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't actually that much fun, but thank you. But it's incredible watching your kids succeed at something that we all love so much.
Yeah. I love that, because literally the exact reaction that Chase Stevenson had at Peterborough when he flipped his Mini and his mom was live streaming, and she had the exact same, oh my God, not panicking, but it's and it's great to see, honestly, that family sport continues. You guys are going to continue and run. You made a really good choice with the look of the car last year. The throwback, it won for its appearance this year. So are you thinking so first off, with being with Team La Barbera, you're still running your car, or are you running a car from Leo now?
No, I'm still running my car.
Okay.
Rodney's going to be running one of Leo's cars when he chooses to. That's, a more to come situation. But my car will still be my car. And it's more so like Leo's just like, do whatever you want, obviously, but like, let's be a team. Let's do this together. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, the more the merrier. Like, let's go. Who else can we add? Right. So I'm very excited, because Leo's very much so like, how can we, incorporate Team La Barbera and driving with Haley all into one. So it'll be very, very exciting. I did change my car up this year. I did post a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm not done with it yet. My good friend Darren Dryden is actually working on my stuff right now.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
we'll see where that goes. I haven't decided if I'm going to post a picture when it's done or if I'm just going to show up with the car, but I'm super impatient.
Uh, yeah, no, you're if you don't post it publicly, you're send it to me
I can do
because
that.
we all know how much I love race cars and what they look like. But this is awesome. I can't wait to see what you guys are able to do this year. A shout out as well to Sadie, whose birthday is today, because I know
Yes,
you
yes,
guys are real tight with her, and
yes.
she's
He is my
such a good kid.
little girlfriend. They are the little cute little couple, and she's honestly the sweetest girl. I'm so excited to actually watch her and Hunter get to enjoy this part of the racing too. You know, the online atmosphere, the eyes on you. She's such a good girl.
Yeah, she's we haven't even met yet and I'm already a fan. So she's got the right attitude and that's what you need, right? As you said, you know, you can get wrapped up in the emotion of it all, and that's what's really tough is when it doesn't become fun anymore. When you're going out and you're like you said, you're wrecking or you're having trouble on the weekly, it's a lot tougher to be happy about it. And Chelsea says it's going to be such a fun partnership. So excited to watch you guys this year. You know what? You're not alone, Chelsea. A lot of us are. We're excited about it, and I'm excited to see you. And I know this is close to your bedtime or almost right at it. So, Haley, we appreciate you changing and coming on the show. And congratulations! Can't wait to see the look, and can't wait to see you back out there. You're one of our favorites to see out there, and it's just it's nice to have people representing Ladies of the Oval so very well, and you do a great job. And hopefully, like I said, we'll see Hunter out there as well.
You will.
Thank you, Haley.
Yeah.
Honestly, what a great girl. She's just amazing, Haley Hill, and she's really kind of new still to this racing deal. She wasn't like Cam, you know, she wasn't into it right away, but she did come back and last year, I mean, she had a couple of really rough events and you know wadded up the car, and it can be tough to want to come back after a situation like that. But um, you know, speaking of comebacks, I think we've got somebody that's going to be on the show right now who, you know, he had just posted a couple of days ago, and I didn't want to get him on the show because of that post. Frankly, we were working up to this. One of the things that were doing was bringing on the Oscar officials, building um, building it up because I absolutely love this. And you know, 1 year ago on the 7th, you know, he had a major health scare, and he's now back being a part of the Oscar divisions. And by all accounts, they've made a lot of splashes so far with multiple announcements, multiple changes. They've got the JRS auctions, Oscar Super Late Model Series. The Super Late Models join back up with Oscar, separated from URS. Then you've got the Fireplace and Patio Shop joining up to be a partner of the Hot Rod division. Overkill Enterprises back with the modifieds. They've got an expanded schedule. They've got tribute nights on night number 1. They brought in um, uh, some new officials from Sunset Speedway and Dave Lewis, Courtney Wright, Ben Dennis, Flagman, Matt Bray, brought in Brendan Doherty to be the announcer, and then you add on Susie Shepard to help with social media and partnerships. It has been a very busy off season for Dave, and he joins me now for his first appearance on ONTrack Weekly. And, you know, he's got a little bit of an extended time on the show tonight because Jake Watson, unfortunately, unable to join us tonight. But Dave, we're excited to have you on the show for your first appearance. And first off, how are you feeling? I know it's been a year for you, so hopefully things are feeling much better for you.
Well, first off, thanks for having me, Cam. It's I think
No,
my
no
first time
problem.
on the show, and it's great to finally talk to you. I know we waved and
Yeah.
talked briefly in the pits as we passed each other, but to actually sit down and talk, I'm looking forward to this conversation. And yes, Saturday was my 1 year anniversary of my heart attack I had in Florida last year. I'm great to say that I'm feeling really good. Doctors, I got
Excellent.
thumbs up from all my doctors and stuff, and we're ready to go.
I mean,
I'm
this is
touching
this
wood.
is
I'm not going anywhere.
That's exactly it, and that's what we're excited to hear. You guys have hit the ground running, as I said, to bring you on the show, man. It's refreshing and it gets me excited because when you see divisions that are making moves, making big announcements, putting a lot of energy into the racing community, it makes me pumped up because it gets me excited. You've got to feel over the moon with how things are going so far. JRS Auctions today posted a a list of names that are coming to the super late model series this year. We're already hearing names coming to the Oscar hot rods, modifieds. Things are looking up, and you've got to be just excited with how things are looking.
Yes, I am excited, and I was laying in my hospital bed last year when I was thinking about what my future is going to be, and I decided if I was going to do this again, I was going to do it right. I was going to make
Mm-hmm.
it as big as I possibly can. Um, a little self-pride. I know things were tough the past few years, and
Yep.
I got a lot of responsibility to a lot of drivers who invested a lot of money in race cars, and I want to go out with a bang. I
Yeah.
got a 5-year plan, and I think in 5 years I can step aside, and I know it's going to be in good hands with Jordan and them. I'm teaching him how to do a lot of things, and I think Oscar's back, and it may not be where it was when I left
Mm-hmm.
this year, but we're giving it a hell of a shot. It's going to take some time though.
It certainly feels that way. One thing that I thought was very impressive about what you guys did, and even just to start, was the general meeting that you guys had was live streamed. And that's something that I really, really, really appreciate as someone who is media, first off, who can't make it to a lot of the special meetings and such, but it gives me a bit of a listen. But it also gives those that have never maybe considered to be a part of things a little bit of a listen, and it got conversation going, which is really, really good. Not only that, it's for those that can't make it. So you guys have already started doing stuff of that nature. The biggest challenge I assume for you, as you talked about, is funding, is money. That always seems to be what people want. Can you just put out there for people how difficult things are now? Because I think there's still this belief that there's just money everywhere, and that's just not the case.
No, I wish it was the case.
Yeah.
Promoters, I'll be honest, I talked about it at our drivers meeting, and you brought that up.
Yeah.
Um, you got to thank Scott from Turn 3 for convincing me to do it
Yeah.
because I was not on board to do it at first.
Hmm.
And then, of course, when I agreed to do it, I get a cold and I sound like I'm just reaching puberty the whole time
I'm not
during the
saying that.
meeting. But it was just bad timing. But
Yeah.
getting back to the money thing, yes, money is
Yeah.
always an issue with racing.
Yeah.
It's gotten to be very expensive. People see lots of people in the stands. They think promoters are getting rich. No, they're not. They got a lot of expenses behind the scenes, and that racetrack sits with nothing going on for 6 months, which they have to pay the mortgage and insurance and utilities. So they need that money. So
Yeah.
they can only afford to pay weekly series and touring series so much.
Yeah.
And the difference has to be made up by the series. And it's not easy going out there, especially being a touring series. Getting corporate Canada involved, it's very difficult. I'm not NASCAR. I can't offer them what NASCAR does. I don't have the streaming or TV abilities at this time. Maybe
Hmm.
someday I'll have it.
Yeah.
Um, so and going like I'm from Peterborough, to get a sponsor from Peterborough to say, okay, we'll sponsor Oscar, but when they go to Flamborough, they're not getting anything out of it. So it's a tough gig. It is
Yeah.
like and like you named off some sponsors there. I got very dedicated people
Yeah.
that support me like to the hills and back, and I'm thankful for every one of them. And we've gotten some new partners this year, but it is a constant battle,
Yeah.
especially to travel. Just to get to the racetrack now is more and more expensive every day. So
Yeah.
it is it's hard.
there is this the real big question about, where motorsports sits right now, and how things look. The thing that we tend to do, and I'm guilty of it as well as a racing fan first. I mean, that's what we all are. We're racing fans first. We tend to reminisce about, oh, when we had this many cars, and when it was this and when it was that. And it's hard to do that. It honestly is hard to set that aside and go, man, I would love to have 60 cars showing up for an event now. But we also have to be a bit of a realist in that it is 2026, and that the interest is there's a lot more things that people can do now than go to a racetrack. So for you guys, you've changed up quite a bit. You've had a lot of different um, parts of your show that you're working on. You've got something really cool to start this year that I thought was a really nice touch for you guys. It wasn't scheduled to be an event, but you're gonna do something a little special to start off this year. Actually, in a way, you're doing two different things because you've got a very cool memorial night, which I love that all three divisions, they're all doing their memorials on one night, and that makes it, and this is just my opinion on it, but I think that makes it really extra special that it is on one focus night and it doesn't get lost in kind of the rest of the season. So let's talk first about the big three that you're going to have. You have three memorials at Flamborough Speedway to start your season.
Yes, May 23rd, I think, is opening
Yes,
day.
correct.
I'm terrible with dates. They just tell me where to go, and I'm there. But
Fair enough.
we have the Bill Zardo Memorial,
Yep.
46 lap feature for the hot rods. This year, we're honoring Brian McLean,
Yes.
who passed away this winter a few months ago, very suddenly. Brian has always been a huge supporter of Oscar since I started the modified division, fielding a car for himself, for Brent, and the
Yep.
McLeans in general. You mentioned modifieds, you see the McLeans, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'm very happy to do a 47 lap feature for them. And the Supers have always done a Biederman Memorial. It's gone
Yep.
way back to when Oscar was just super late models. I remember doing it way back 25 years ago. And so it's a 50 lap race. So
Yep.
we're going to do all three, like you said, that week. We're going to sell lap sponsors again for each one to try to help, raise a little bit of extra money for the drivers. We're going to have some memorial hats for all three, some t-shirts, and we're just going to try to make it a special night for the drivers and, of course, their families and the fans.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. It's um yeah, and Susie says that the Oscar media team are also ensuring to tune it up as they already have been on social media, working on race days with sponsors and teams as we can. And it's uh, one of the things that we noticed with SNS was a great work by the Outlaw Midgets this year with doing a major increase in their social media. Um, it's still something that's very difficult for racing divisions and tracks especially is social media, but you guys made that a point in the meeting to talk about that this is something that you guys are pushing this year and that you really want to focus on.
Yes, and I have to admit, I'm not social media savvy.
Yeah.
I didn't have Instagram until somebody installed it on my phone at Autumn Colors. I didn't even have it. So if I don't know about it, I go out and find the people that do know about it and are going to
Yep.
do a good job. And that's exactly what I did with Susie. Ashley's a huge help. Sierra, Jordan,
Yep.
they're the people. Don't ask me to post because I have no idea. I can make a post on Facebook, but that's as far as that goes. That's just
Yeah. And then you guys got a beat the clock challenge to start the year. A very cool concept that was added actually, I think it was only last week, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I hadn't planned on doing anything like this, like a
Hmm.
preseason testing or anything else, because we used to try to plan an Oscar testing day,
Hmm.
and it was kind of hard to do. It was always on a Sunday. It was usually Mother's Day, which is not a good day to be at the racetrack.
No,
Um,
you better not be.
no, my mother reminded me many, many years that I shouldn't be at the racetrack, but um, and to get everybody to travel to one track that lives far away was difficult.
Yeah.
Just to go out and turn laps, right? So when John called me a couple weeks ago, he had a little gap in his schedule and he just wanted to book one division. He wanted to bring the hot rods in to do a little pre-race thing. So was sitting at home. I said, John, I'll be able to help you out probably. And I went home and I sat here and thought about some stuff. And I thought, well, if I'm going, why don't I just take everybody and
Hmm.
make it a test day? And then I thought, well, how can they make some money? So I thought, okay, let's try to do the time trials or beat the clock for, and put some money on the line. And so the guys had a little bit of bragging rights, and two or three people go home with a few extra $100 in their pockets. So that's how it all came about. Just ideas rattling around in my old head here.
They can be dangerous. I mean, I know especially. I mean, I need at some place I have to put my ideas as well. It is one of those things that you've got to make sure that you go out and do. And this year, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different because there's no sunset, which is very difficult to see. You guys are going to be going around the rest of Ontario this year, but you know, for those that haven't seen an Oscar show, why would they want to come out and see it? Because what's the selling point? And this is, I can tell you it from my point of view what it is, but I want to hear it from you. Why should people come out and not just watch, but support Oscar as well? Because there's a difference between just showing up and watching, but also supporting. That's with by getting shirts, by getting hats, lap sponsors, and of course, sharing their posts on social media.
I think Oscar has a well-rounded show. We got
Mhm.
something for everybody. The hot rods, they bring back the nostalgic feel. So the people that were racing 50, 60 years ago, 40 years ago, they recognize those cars. And that's really why I started the division, because that's what I
Yeah,
grew up watching way back in the day. And then you got the modifieds, which are open wheeled and have a totally different sound and different look on the
yeah.
track. And then when an outlaw pulls out on the field, on the track, and they fire up, you're like, holy shit. You can feel your seat rumble under your ass, when they go
Yep.
by. It's just pure excitement, and I think that's what we bring. We are, thanks to Don and Kim at Nightworks, our souvenirs are next to none. They always have new stuff. It's reasonably priced, I think. Uh, and just on to let you know, we are making a event shirt for the Gold Rush this year. We're gonna have a special T-shirt out, so I'll make sure you get one. Um, we're gonna have drivers over at the tent there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doing autographs, doing
Good.
stuff with it during the course of the night because some nights the nights do go long. You
Hmm.
can't get to the pits after, and not everybody wants to pay to get in the pits to start with because, I'd rather they save that $20 and buy a hamburger or a
Yeah,
T-shirt, or
yeah,
something. But I just want them to come and have fun and enjoy themselves at the races. That's the main part. When they leave, they think, "Holy shit, I saw something. I want to go back
well,
sometime."
I can tell you one of the things that, and it's funny because Susie just touched on it. I was just about to get to it, but um, I can tell you from my point of view, there's no sexier race cars than the hot rods. I will say that. It's not, again, I go out there. I know I say every week that I've got a favorite division, but um, they are something special. And the fact that Flash is bringing back the Bonneville this year makes my life so much better because that car needs to be on every racetrack. Go to every Oscar race. It is the highlight for me. When Sean had his Nomad, that was the highlight back then. He doesn't have that anymore, so we'll say the Bonneville is now my favorite. What's one classic hot rod that you haven't seen in the division yet that you'd love someone to put together?
Well, that's a good question. I'd like to see a Cadillac
Yeah, there we go.
or one of those old Pontiacs that had the big fins on the
Yep.
back of it or something. I like something different. I like big and funky. That's why I
Yeah.
like I like Ryan's car too. Um, and when the 44 car first came out, it was
Matty
huge
Hopkins. Yeah.
before he shortened it up. Like it was like a 10-person trunk in that thing. Like you could hold a lot of people in there. But you know, I like different things, and that's why I started the hot rust because I
Yeah.
like different cars, and people like
Yeah.
to see something different.
I can't agree more. I love it. I think, like I said, I said it many times. Great now I said they're the sexiest race cars out there because they're made to look good. There's listen, you go out on the streets today, there's nothing that looks as good as hot rods do. In general, we'll just say that.
True.
But
But the
Dave,
thing is, they
yeah,
race them too. They don't drive
yes,
around. Like
yes.
it is,
It's not a parade. We
no,
don't want to see a
no, they
parade.
don't decide who's going to win before they leave home. They
Yeah.
get out there and race, and if they dent them up, they dent them up. They fix them.
Yeah,
So
we've seen a couple of dents over the years, just a bit.
yes,
There's
I
been,
remember back. I almost cried at Chicago that year that they all crashed on the
oh,
back straightaway.
yes,
Carrie was sitting
yes.
beside me in the tower, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No."
No, no.
When
I
Rodney Rutherford's
remember
car
that.
got
Yes.
destroyed, and a whole bunch of them
Yeah.
got destroyed.
That 38, I think it was Rodney's car, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know if
they'll
yeah.
yeah, the
Oh,
Impala or something it
yeah.
was.
And
Yeah,
it was a beautiful. I seen hot rods for the very first time at Jukasa Speedway in 2019. Jerry Broom won that feature and
yeah.
hooked me from the very start. And that's what those cars can do. And we're lucky that S&S has so many races out there. And yeah, follow me photography. Jess Blair says hot rods are in my top 5 favorite cars to take pictures of. I agree. Definitely. Mods as well are close to my heart. I will say it time and time again. The only tour style mods, they're the best
I
looking
know. I
mods.
hear you all the time.
Yeah, all the time, and I will still say it to the sorry everybody else, but I will still bitch about it every single time. Tour style mods all the way. And then Super Lights got to see them for the very first time at Delaware last year. Yeah, they blew me away with how fast they are. I had no clue until you actually see them in person, and then you go, holy shit, that actually is very fast.
Well,
But you
you
know
need to
what,
see
Dave?
them on you need to see them on a short track. See
Well,
them
yeah,
race at Sawball or something like
yeah, that's
that's
the next step is Flamborough actually that's the plan. So,
yeah.
yeah, you guys are going to be at Motorama. You've got an Oscar booth. You'll be there
Yeah,
for all 3 days. And we're going to
yeah.
have some cars on display.
We got 6 different cars on display.
Awesome.
And we got a car in the yesterday Speedway booth to help Rick Sharples out. We have a hot
Nice.
rod there, and we got some other hot rods, modifieds, and supers around our booth and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be there. We've got lots
Excellent.
of drivers stopping by, and I think we're pretty close to you. Actually, I saw on the map. So
I think so, yeah, I think we will be close. And again, we're going to try and we'll probably coordinate and get some racers doing autographs at our booth, your booth, back and forth. The more drivers out there signing stuff and being a part of the show is will make it better. And you know what, it was fun, Dave. We're gonna have to have you on again, and we'll chat this whole season. We'll have you guys on. I really love what you guys are doing, and it is great to finally get this conversation. We'll chat at Motorama for sure. And if you guys have any interest in being a part of Oscar or supporting the cause, how can people reach out to you, Dave?
if they go to our new website, I don't know if you've checked it or not. It's
I
brand new.
totally
Still
have.
smells got that new website smell to it when
Yeah.
you get on there.
Yep.
If you go to the about page, everybody's email address is there. Susie's, Jordan's, everybody's. I don't
Perfect.
have them memorized. It's too much for my head. So that's the best way to go get them, and they're all right there.
And the best part about this as well is that it's Oscar.racing. Easy to
Yes.
remember. Yes, easy to remember.
Glenn
It's got
Watson got me that. I didn't realize I could have that as a domain. When you
yes,
told me that, I'm like, hell yeah, we're doing that. That's what we're doing.
absolutely. We look forward to it. Dave, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll have you on in a couple weeks probably.
All right, sounds good. And I think I said thank you for having my staff on too earlier because they're all a lot of people behind the scenes and they do a lot of work, so they
Yep.
need to be recognized as well. So thank you again for that. Thank you for everything you do for the sport, my friend.
No problem. We'll even do some more. We'll keep going. So thank you,
Look
Dave.
forward to it. See ya.
All right. That is Dave Gainforth. And now we move over to a different screen because I'm going to be having on 2 different guests. And this is because we're welcoming on Jason Metcalf, 2024 Outlaw Midget Series champion. And we're going to welcome on his son, Cooper Metcalf, as well. Jason joins me first as I get everything prepared because we kind of need to do that first. So, Jason, first off, how are things going, my friend?
Things are going good. We've got some exciting news coming up. Got some new sponsors to announce, and I figured it'd be a better place to do it than right here with your show.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We're going to bring Cooper on as well. And he's not here just because we need somebody young on the show, Jason. He's here for a specific reason. So, first off, let's get started. We'll talk about kind of how you yourself, Jason, got into the Outlaw Midget series because it was a while ago. But you found this club and things have gone very, very well for you and all of your racing. Obviously, winning the championship in 2024. So, how did things come about? How'd you get involved?
Funny enough, me and Cooper went to watch a race at Peterborough, and the midgets were racing there. And Dan Curving had one of his cars there, and Cooper was over there looking at the car. He called me over and looking at the car. And long story short, talked to the president, and that's how I got my ride in the 18 car with Tom. And that's it's kind of fitting with what we're going to announce in a minute.
Well, I assume Cooper's here not just again to make the show look a little bit more presentable without you and me here, bud. But what is the reason why Cooper is here?
He's gonna be joining Metcalf Racing this year, driving the exact same car I started out in, the 18, but it's gonna be rebuilt and redone. Robin McLean has been a huge help with that. I can't thank him enough. He's gonna be supporting us a lot with that and with the car and stuff like that. And the Homewoods for letting that car go. So to be able to have my son join this group of racers with us in the same car I started out in, I couldn't be happier. And with my dad being our crew chief, it's going to be a pretty cool season, I think.
And Cooper, I know you've been kicking your dad's ass on iRacing for quite a while.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to finally be able to kick his ass on the track?
I'm a bit nervous because it'll be my first time, like racing against other people. Because recently I tested a few times at Peterborough and Sauble, which I wasn't far off my dad's lap times, so I felt pretty happy about that. Which hopefully soon I'll be able to beat him sooner than later. But for now, it's just iRacing.
Just iRacing, but that is still something. Obviously, Jason, we talked about this, man, and this is coming full circle. This is
Yeah,
this is it 21, man. We talked about we were in the pits at CTMP, and when I first met you guys, and in person, we'll say that it was in person, and and the cool thing about this was that I remember you saying, man, I just want to drive, you know, and you got there, and now and then again we kept talking over the years, and it was, man, I just want Cooper to be able to drive, and I know he really wants to do it. And now this is it, man. It's happening. I think he's still there. I don't know if he's frozen or not, though. I think Cooper's frozen, so we'll he's just stuck in that position right now, which just oh, there we go. But Cooper, you got to go out a couple of times, you said, last year. First off,
Yeah.
iRacing is a little different than actually getting behind the wheel. So,
Yep.
when you did do some test laps, how did it go? How'd you feel behind the wheel?
I felt pretty at first, right before I got in the car and strapped up and everything. I told my dad, "Okay, I'm just gonna take it easy. I won't full throttle yet, just yet." And then, as you know, as I'm warming up my tires, I start just going at it and having a blast, and just like taking as much time as everything and seeing what I can do and whatnot.
We might have to tell him to kick you into Jason's room so we can get a better connection. I think you keep we're losing him, unfortunately. Yeah, the connection keeps cutting out on you, Cooper, while you're talking. So, I don't know why, but that's just the luck of technology. So, obviously you got a chance behind the wheel. You got to do some practice laps. Are you starting? So, are you going to be starting with that, like doing qualifying races and everything, or are you starting at the back? Do you know yet?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
So do you know
He
where,
will.
he was
Go
starting
ahead.
at the back, Jason?
Yeah, because he's a rookie, he'll have the same rules as everybody else. He'll have to start at the back for like the minimum of three races, but then the driver committee gets to decide if he's going to get a stripe off or not. So every race he'll start at the back no matter what, and he'll work his way up just like everybody else did.
And with it being 8 races, obviously you had to do 3 first. So he technically could be by half the way through the season, he's good to go then.
Yeah, depending on what
Yeah.
the drivers committee does and how he does and everything, but I think he's going to do. I think he's going to do very well. I'm not saying that just because I'm unbiased. I think he's going to do pretty well, and I'm looking forward to racing with him. And I'm sure eventually he'll beat me and whatnot, but he's gonna have to really try hard.
I don't know, Coop. You saw him last year. How did he do in your mind?
I felt like from 2024 to 2025, it was a bit of a downgrade, but it's probably just getting out of the stuff out of the car that's been bad. So hopefully this
Yeah.
year, with me on the track and his car, we're redoing the whole thing, seeing if
Hmm.
what we can do for better to get better. So hopefully
Yeah.
his car will be better, and then hopefully I can start learning the track and learning his line, and then hopefully just pass him and wave by and say it's my time now.
I'm curious which one you're looking forward to the most, Coop. Which track?
Um, to be honest, I mostly, even though my top three would have to go Sauble, Peterborough, and then Sunset, but sadly Sunset most likely isn't gonna be there, so I would have to
Yeah.
do Flamborough.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one for sure. Sauble is, I mean, hey, Ollie Ferguson did pretty good at Sauble when he was there for
Oh yeah, for
OSS. So,
sure. Yeah.
and Rob chats in here and says awesome news, and it is. It's great news, for you guys. Obviously, being both representing SNS as well, and I appreciate both you guys doing that. I know it wasn't really clear, but I can't really announce that Cooper is going to be part of SNS before we announce what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
we
We're
get it.
excited for that. But we haven't heard yet the number. What number are you going to go with this year,
Um,
Coop?
well, to be honest, I've been really thinking about it, and since my dad already has 29 and I really
Hmm.
like that number, I just thought it would be like a good idea to go backwards and do like a little 92 or something.
Do the reverse. Right on. Right
Yeah.
on.
Love
As
it.
long as
I
you,
love it.
as long as he uses the Harvick, the KHI, like the
Mhm.
Harvick
Yeah.
92, that's all I care about because Jason's the only. Austin Arnell broke my heart by switching from the Harvick 29 to his made
Mhm.
up one, right?
Mhm.
And at least Jason still has the Harvick 29 to make me happy. Obviously, you're not alone out there, Coop. Have you talked with some of the other racers that are a part of the division? Some of the new faces, maybe?
The new faces not really, but the people that have been there a lot, like Mikey Homewood and all of them, I've been talking to them like at the track, just asking questions like how the track is, like what to do and like what to do for like my first time. And I also had like a long conversation with my dad to see like, okay, this is how it's gonna start, and then the progress will go up more and more higher sooner.
Yeah. And what is it going to take for you to try and get Ollie Ferguson to race with you in one of these things?
We've tried talking to him, but he's like he feel like it's not gonna he won't budge into it, sadly, but
We'll see what we can
Fair
do. We'll
enough.
see what we can do.
Fair enough. Jason, you guys had some sponsor announcements as well. You got some new partners potentially that you wanted to talk about tonight.
Yes, well, obviously we announced the other day that GSR is coming back as a team sponsor, also with our club sponsor, Kingsman Customs. They're like a paint repair company in Oshawa. They're coming aboard. Del Monte Construction is coming aboard. They're a construction company in Mississauga. CNL Contracting is a contracting company in Whitby, and CDS High Top Tree Care is another private company in Pickering as well. So they're all coming on board in certain facets of the company. So it's going to be a pretty good season. Plus, we're got most of our other sponsors coming back, like Helix Pools and all those guys. We'll have some more sponsor announcements later on. I literally just found out right now, as we're talking, that Flynn is also coming back as well. So there you go.
Beautiful.
So we got all our big sponsors back, and it's gonna be a good season. I'm really looking forward to it.
How does it feel though, Jason, knowing that you're going to be outshined by your son in a matter of races?
I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel being in the car, knowing he's racing too. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't wrapped my head around that one yet. I don't know how I'm gonna like. I don't know. It's gonna be a whole nother feeling, but it's gonna be a very proud moment for me when
Yeah.
he's up there with me. You know what I mean? It's gonna be pretty cool. Whether he beats me or not, I don't. Just racing with him is gonna be a dream on top of a dream, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then this year
Uh,
we'll have all my family coming back because we had a couple of some distractions last year, and this year I got all my
yeah.
family coming back this year to support us. And my I know my niece is very excited, so it's
Yeah.
going to be another fan filled family filled pits for Metcalf Racing this year.
As it always is too. And you know what?
Mhm.
This one's for your mom this year. We're obviously um, things get difficult, but you know what tends to happen in those difficult times is that you build back and you get stronger and even better. And typically, in years of memory, that's when the strongest seasons come about. So, I'm really happy for you guys. I had an inkling this was potentially going to happen. And to see it happen after all this time, we've been following you guys since you were um, uh, since the very beginning. We're just crew guys helping out
Hmm.
Mark Dilly's team and wanting to be a part of it. And now, Nick Spees says it won't take long till the young buck is showing dad how it's done. And I mean, you guys have been really big on iRacing. This
Yeah.
is a
Mhm.
thing that you've been doing for many years. Both of you do it
Yeah.
together, which is great.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you both spot for each other, and you know what? Not bad actually. I happen to watch a couple of those streams, which I'm glad that you guys put that on. And thank
Mhm.
you once again for repping. And Darlene James sends you hugs. As
Thank you, Darlene.
Mama James always
Mama
is good.
James. Mama
She's
James is always
always
there
good
for you.
to always
Always
good
there
for
for
a
you.
hug. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And um so big obviously for this year, 8 races, huge year. Coop, what are you gonna do to prepare yourself for first race?
So recently I was just thinking to myself, like a lot of preparation, going back,
Good.
looking at old videos at
Good.
Peterborough, Flamborough, and Sauble, trying to see like what different lines would work and like what did like time of day and stuff like that, seeing what
Yeah.
like how far like where my braking points are supposed to be and everything. And like yeah, I've just been preparing really hard to see if I can do the job and do well.
Ah, man, he's getting the answers already, Jason. He's a chip off the
Right?
old block. It makes me happy. Uh, one of the
Amazing.
one of the things I was really impressed with, Jason, was that you always had really, really good skills when we used to talk for not used to, but when we talk for
Yeah. Yeah.
interviews. And um, you got. I mean, it's tough to do this, isn't it, Coop? It's difficult to do an interview and know that you have an audience, but I promise I'm not scary, and
I
that
know.
I'm here to chat. And frankly, I'm trying not to get emotional about this because this is so cool. I mean, honestly, to see from where you guys were just a couple years ago and now champion, and now he's bringing his son in. And you got to watch out. I mean, Robin's got to watch out too. I mean, I know he was pretty dominant last year, but and the Bradleys too. I mean, I'm just saying we could have, in theory, a Metcalf Junior. I'm just gonna say, I know you're not a junior, but
Yeah.
we'll say it,
Yeah.
Metcalf Junior. And we technically could get two Bradley Juniors coming in too, because Tom is getting up there in age too. He potentially
Hmm.
could come and be a part
Hmm.
of it. I don't know how
Hmm.
old Mike's kids are. I think they're a little bit younger though. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the club's getting there. It's getting the
Mm.
attention. I love what you guys are about. You best representation of the club, and we absolutely love you can be part of SNS and part of the Ontario racing scene this year. No pressure at all, Coop. Just make sure you outshine the
Yep.
old man just at least once this year. You know. But we're really excited. Um, um, it's uh, it's really good stuff, and you know what? I'm so incredibly happy for you both. Coop, go out there, have some fun, man. Um, it's going to be a great time, and hopefully we'll see you guys both be. I don't know if you're going to be at Motorama. I haven't heard you actually. I didn't ask you yet.
I'm not really sure yet, but my dad might know the answer.
Yeah, all right. So we'll likely see you guys. So we'll see you guys there. Hopefully you guys come by, sign some autographs as well when you're there. Be a part of things. Because you know what? This is the best way to get you out there. Glad to see that you're going to have partners back. Glad to see you guys are going to be racing. And Coop, you got it done, man. First interview is done.
Thank
It's
you.
over with. And it was painless, right? You didn't suffer
Yep.
once.
Nope.
Excellent. Jason, buddy, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys at Motorama.
Perfect. Thank you, Cam.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, thanks to those that were a part of SNS, and thank you guys for tuning in tonight on OnTrack Weekly, as we've been able to have a lot of great conversation, man. It was, I just, ah, when you have a shitty day at work or just stuff ain't going the way that you want, come on in, talk some racing with us. We do this on every Monday. for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and we absolutely love doing it here on G-Force TV. I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Make sure you go out there, support your racers, support the people that support racing. Get involved, because I'll tell you, sitting around just being a fan is fun, but being a part of it and getting to cover it is 1,000 times more fun. And if you want to, of course, shoot the shit, reach out, talk with racers, be a part of things. And I want to thank each and every one of our guests tonight. Hopefully Jake Watson will be feeling better a little bit in the future. We'll get him on, but thank you to Connor James, Brendan Patrick. Thank you to Haley Hill, Dave Gainforth, and of course the Metcalfs for joining me tonight here on ONTrack Weekly on G-Force TV. I'm Cam K. We'll see you all next week here on the show.